Hi, good morning, Jacob, and morning to your listeners. So, obviously, we had ramped up, and our expectations were that December was going to be a really good month, considering that we had spent the better part of October, November, getting all our protocols in place and ensuring visitor safety. Unfortunately, the most unexpected second wave was devastating in terms of ensuring that we have a good December. And of course, this has a negative impact on the business itself and the staff who are employed at the cableway. So when we look at numbers, we did roughly something between 25 and 30% of our usual numbers over the December-January period. And our peak is considered to be from the 16th of December until the 15th of January. And the numbers are completely, down. And it feels like a recovery in the tourism sector has just been given another blow. And the recovery period now looks even further than 2021.
Maybe now we should look at the impact on the environment. I remember a few weeks ago, a lot of areas in Cape Town, specifically around Table Mountain, were battling with the fires. How badly did that affect the area?
Not on our side of the mountain, Jacob, thankfully, but fires, it is fire season. And so we're very fortunate to be able to collaborate and work with the expertise around management of fires, which is working on fire, South African National Parks, the city of Cape Town, all of whom have done amazingly well in terms of managing fires. Also, the new landing strip, which has been designed for the helicopter to land, which will assist greatly with fires as well as rescues, contributes to the response time that we have in respect of calamities such as people getting injured and, of course, fires breaking out.
Wahida, has there been any effects to the wildlife in that region because of less people perhaps hiking around the Table Mountain area?
I honestly think that the hikers have increased in numbers. People are literally seeking to come out into the outdoors. They're wanting to be in nature. And I think that is just the impact of the long lockdown that we had. So, yes, in terms of wildlife, I've read some articles about wildlife occupying spaces that they previously hadn't. I haven't seen something personally to that effect, in terms of wildlife being more prevalent because there are less people on the mountain.
Now, let's talk about the recovery plan on when things will start looking up. You predicted that it's only going to start looking up towards the end of the year. What can Cape Townians, what can the Western Cape government do to attract more people to the Table Mountain region to boost specifically the economy of the Western Cape overall?
So the issue around travel for any person coming from anywhere in the world is a measure of trust. What they need to feel is that their safety is a priority. And when we look at organizations like Cape Town Tourism and the City of Cape Town, when we look at SATSA, they are doing everything in their power to give visitors that assurance. And businesses in the tourism sector are working really hard to ensure that where there are protocols in place, they are meeting those protocols. There are a few where there's obviously been transgressions. The issue really is once we've won the trust of international travelers, they will come back. We have so much to offer in terms of natural beauty, in terms of Cape Town and South Africa itself, that I have no doubt that once perhaps the vaccine will have a huge effect on people's willingness to travel again. But I think initially people are going to be skittish. I'm also concerned about the cost of travel going into the future and whether travel would be affordable at all for international travelers is another issue that worries me. And on the other hand, considering how devalued the rand is, it might just be that this Cape Town and South Africa is considered to be the place where they want to come and spend their money.
So just in closing, how much specifically does Table Mountain itself add to the economy of the Western Cape, and how much does it add to the tourism sector of the Western Cape?
Well, we employ roughly 200 full-time staff. Over season, we employ an additional 100 staff members.
Wow.
And normally we employ them for a period of 6 months. In this instance, we haven't been able to do that, employ the additional staff for the additional or extended period because the numbers just don't justify the opening hours. We are one of the new 7 wonders of nature, so we are on people's bucket list. I would think we are probably amongst the top attractions. We've certainly been recognized as the leading attraction in Africa. So I think the contribution we make as part of the tourism sector, I wouldn't be able to quantify that per se, but I think from a general point of view, I can certainly vouch for the fact that Cape Town and Table Mountain is one of the things that are on people's bucket list. A lot of people who do come and visit the mountain, of course, don't necessarily take the cable car. Many of them are outdoor enthusiasts and they love to hike the mountain. And, that's another segment of people who come up who we aren't able to track numbers on because there's no access fee to climb the mountain. So you are unable to determine what number of people hike the mountain.
Thank you so much, Wahida Parker. We'll leave it there. We wish you all the best of luck once this situation turns around. We hope that people will flock to one of the 7 wonders of the world, the